everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with Stephanie. I'm Stephanie Buckland, your host, and I am so excited and delighted to be interviewing my friend and colleague Anjana today. Anjana, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. This is amazing. I'm so excited to be here with you.
I'm so excited to have this conversation. So you and I've been kind of, I call it cross-pollinating for a few months now. It might have even been longer than that now. Um, and I love the work that you're doing. I think it is phenomenal. I was very blessed to receive a session with Anjana a couple months ago, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But I would love for you to give our audience an introduction of who you are, what you're up to, and what kind of magic shows up in the world as a result.
Oh, love that. All right. So I am Anjana Nambissan. My background was in computer engineering, which is interesting. Then I switched to transformational life coaching about 5 years back. And the kind of work that I do now is like very deep. Like I get to like all the emotional roots and the limiting beliefs and the internal talk that are not helping you. I get to work with all of those, completely release them and replace them with like much healthier, happier, blissful kind of thoughts for yourself. And I do work with women specifically, and like middle-aged women who have kids and who are like so bogged down with all the responsibilities they have, and the relationships are not really fulfilling. The career is draining. I know that because I have been there. I have struggled through all of that pain. So now I am offering this special magic sessions to all the women out there who are going through that pain. So, yes.
I love it. I love it. I think that this is so needed in today's day and age. We're still recovering even now from the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
And it did change us. We definitely felt quite a big of a shift during that time. And even now, I mean, there's so many people shifting and awakening and
Oh, yeah.
things are moving. So let's talk a little bit about your 6-week breakthrough course or program. This is something that you offer presently, right?
Yes, I am.
So tell me, let's break it down for our audience.
For
So
sure.
this is 6 weeks of work with Anjana. And I heard you say you're asking people to give you a journal every day, which I think is phenomenal. Now, don't want y'all to be intimidated though, because what that does is it's accountability, which we all need. I think that we
Mhm.
all could use a coach. So tell me what is included in that breakthrough program.
For sure. So the work that I do is really transforming you from where you are, feeling all completely drained with the emotional baggage and the responsibilities and having to balance it all and even forgetting to take care of self. So that is where I'm taking you from. And when we are done with that 6 week sessions, you are at a point where you know how to take care of yourself. You know what you need, how to really, really love yourself and let go of everything that doesn't work for you and setting healthy boundaries. So you are like really important and reclaiming your own dreams. This is like a massive amount of shift that is happening for the clients, like within just that 6 weeks. So the thing is, because of that, the work is like pretty intense too, in a way. So what I start with is like a detailed discovery session where I ask like so many questions and some of them are even like repeated. So the reason for that is mostly like we work with the conscious mind, which is only 10% of who you are, right? But I work with your unconscious mind, which is the 90% or the majority of who you are. So by asking certain questions over and over, like I really get to go to your unconscious mind, really understand what is going on, whether that is like some limiting beliefs or like some emotions or whatever like kind of self talk that we are holding on to that is not helping you. we get a really good picture at the end of just that first session. That is the discovery. So after that, we plan however we need to get that next 6 weeks. So this is like a custom made session for each individual, because
You
each
know,
person can come up with their own set of issues, their own set of limitations and stuff like that. So that is the remaining is custom made, which includes like a very, very powerful alchemic forgiveness work, because forgiveness is the biggest change agent. So that transforms everything in that session itself. Then there is like another one that we release all the emotional baggage and any limiting beliefs that are not serving you anymore. It might have made sense when you were a kid, but not as an adult. So we have to let go of those so you can really live the life that you deserve, right? So that is included. And then in between, there are like pure NLP techniques where like we rewrite the inner dialogue, like completely transform those inner dialogues. And like we pull you out from like that model of the world with all the problems and only problems to really the bigger picture of who you are. That transformation happens within that 6 weeks. And there are like some it we always end with like a goal setting. How do you want your life to be going forward? And in between, I do like give some homeworks. Yes, I know that is not really bad. The homework is mostly about like journaling, or sometimes it can be like reading a book that will make sense of what is going on in your mind. So all those things can fall into this category of homework, but that is also to purely keep you accountable and for me to know what is going on in your mind during that 6 weeks. So, whatever is not serving you, I know right away. So, we can work on that and completely release that. And at the end of it, you won't even recognize how you started in the beginning. That is the transformation. I'm so, so excited to share that with you all and like really like get you to see and experience that.
that's exciting. I think that, you know, the really amazing experience that I had with you, I think you said that was the forgiveness practice, right? The quantum change process.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, Anjana, that it was a very powerful experience. I remember the next day just feeling like, wow, I don't feel like the same person. I feel, and I still to this day, I still talk about it. I still talk about the experience and the release and the amount of um the essentially the amount of clarity that I got after that opened me up to what was next in my life. And it's just been amazing to watch the unfolding of everything.
Oh.
So I'm
You don't
very
recognize the
excited.
older you, don't you?
Yeah,
Right? You don't.
not at all. I'm a different person. We only had one session, and this is
Yes.
talking 6 weeks of session. So how often do they get to meet with you in that 6 week period?
That we can decide. I usually prefer like once a week. So we
Mhm.
are constantly in touch and like I get those sessions like with them and I know what's going on. But if that doesn't work for the client, I do adjust that to like once in 2 weeks. But
Mhm.
still, everything in between has to stay the way, same way, like with the journals or any homeworks. But it can
Oh
be
yeah,
once in 2 weeks too.
definitely. Well, you know, and I've done a lot of coaching myself, and I know that when you support someone through a change process, like the very first thing that people need to know is that you need to be willing to do the
Oh, yeah.
work in order to
Yes.
really get a benefit out of this. You know, that is, and so do you have in that discovery session, do you have uh like those kind of questions like, are you ready for this effort?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you willing to do this? Um, you know, because I think that you know, I studied the theory of change, and I know that it takes time for people to really understand that it's going to take effort to make
Mm-hmm.
change in their lives, rather than, you know, I'm just kind of thinking about making this change in my life.
Um,
At that point, they're not ready.
that's not the person to work with, right?
Yeah,
It's not.
so yes, and I think that that is an important conversation too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
um, you know, if you're watching this video and you'd like to work with Anjana, this would be a good time to check in with yourself. Like, okay, I'm ready for a transformation. I think most of us are ready for some kind of transformation because we're not happy with this or that in our lives. And, it's time for change, right? But do you have the willingness? And that's something you can only know if you check in with yourself. And do you have space in your life to do this work?
Yeah.
If you work 24/7, this is probably not the time to do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you've got 6 or 7 hours available in your weeks, that would be an amazing amount of time to contribute to
Definitely.
doing this inner work and working with Anjana and doing the healing process and all of that thing. It's so important. And I think it's really valuable. So you also offer some one-off sessions, right? So people can
That
work
is
with you
right.
just like I did, just with one
Yes.
session. So which
Yeah. Either it
ones
can be
do
just like
you
one
offer?
forgiveness work or just like one emotional release work. And they, as standalone sessions, they are so powerful for
Yes.
people who are at that verge, like they have to get some changes in their life, but they are not really at the point to like commit themselves to that long hours and
Mm-hmm.
6 full weeks, or like even financially, if they are not like really ready there to invest that amount. I would highly suggest like at least get that forgiveness work done because that
Yes,
changes everything. That
it
changes
really does.
everything. Really, the way you see the life shifts. You know that. And
I
I
do.
experienced it. I know like the magic of that experience.
That's amazing. So you also mentioned that you've got something that you're developing for the future. Do you want to share a little bit more about that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, this is something so exciting. I am actually just like working on that right now. So, the clients that I work with, like the middle-aged women, like who are also moms and who are struggling in their relationships, the careers are not like really that fulfilling. They feel so drained. So, for those specific women, I am creating this course, which is like completely pull them out of that feeling of overwhelmed to really overjoyed and reclaim their life, redesign their life, their dreams. That is the program that I am developing right now. And the first one, the beta one, I am planning to offer it live as like 6 sessions. And I'm also planning to record that and like offer as like an online course that you can like take it at your own convenience. So I'm
Beautiful.
so
That's
excited. Thank you.
exciting.
Yes.
Wow. So, do you have a deadline? Are you aiming for getting it done in a certain amount of time?
I'm planning that at least the beta one to be done like within next 2 months is I'm thinking.
Awesome. Sounds like a
Yes.
Christmas present.
Yes. Oh, that, oh my God. Like I was thinking the same thing. Like people who are like really planning to give like great Christmas or New Year presents, this can be one. If you love somebody
Definitely.
so deeply and you want their life to be completely transformed to the way they love it, this can be it.
Definitely. Definitely. So, let me see. So, that is everything, all the notes that I took. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Hmm. I can't think of anything. I would definitely say this one thing. Like we all have our own dreams, right? And we second guess ourselves, like, who are we to dream this way? But I
Mm,
really want to add to that. If we are dreaming of something, if we really want something, that something really wants you too. Because that is how this entire life, the universe, everything works that way. So if there is a part in you that says, oh, who am I to even dream about this? I really want to tell you that you are like worthy of having those dreams. Really reclaim those dreams and like live that life. Never ever settle for less because you are worthy. You are amazing. That is something I want to share to
that.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. So, I forgot to ask you a question, a very important question. It's like, the why question. What led you into this work in the first place? So you were in
Mm,
computer science,
yes.
you have a family, you've got a stable career. What is it that really broke you open to get
Mm,
into doing this work in the first place?
that's a very deep thing that was going on with me. So I was a very, very emotionally sensitive person from my childhood. Like I could cry for everything. And nobody, not a single person in my life knew how to help me or how to guide me through those emotions or like understand my thoughts. None of those things, right? And in
Mm.
school or college, did we ever learn about psychology? Nothing. Anything about the mind? Not at all, right? So completely lost. I entered the adulthood being a sensitive person, got married, had my kids, and I was having my corporate job. So for anybody looking at my life from outside, things are amazing, right? I have a beautiful family. I have a really good career that is paying me well. But the thing is, inside, like I was completely depleted because I did not have a clue how to handle my emotions, or I did not even have anybody to share that. Saying, you know what, like I'm feeling like so down. And in that journey, like when I was like really, really going down that path, I even started creating like physical issues, like symptoms like migraines or like period issues or digestive issues. Every single time I'll be in my doctor's office with something or other, right? Or body pain, something. And the doctor was like, you know what? You are depressed. So just take an antidepressant and you should be good. And I'm like, no, I am not ready for that. That's not me. But still, like the pain continued, right? Then one fine day, I'm so, so grateful for that day still. I was with my friend, I was having a conversation, but within the few words, I started crying like anything. And she was so sweet. She is like, this is not you. I can totally say that this is not you. So I have a friend who is a life coach. Why don't you go and talk to her? That can change you and like get you back to your chill self, right? Like I am ready to do anything that takes for me to like get out of this pain that I'm in and live a normal, healthy life. I don't care what that is. And I didn't know what life coaching was, but I was willing. I was really willing to do anything. So what happened is like when I started working with my life coach, oh poor thing, she really had to work so hard to pull me out of the darkness. She taught me how to understand my thoughts and not just stuck in my emotion, but really see what my thoughts are and how they are creating my life and how I have control in changing those thoughts. I'm like, what? Really? Who knew, right? So that was my journey. Like that was the beginning of how I was transitioning from like an engineer to like the life coach. But and one day, like when I started feeling so much better, lighter in my life, I'm like, I did not go through all of that pain for nothing. I must have gone through that because there are other people out there who go through the exact same pain, and there is nobody in their life to support them. What if that is
Mhm.
the case, and that means this is my responsibility to do something about it, maybe learn and become a life coach myself so I can guide them. I can be there really knowing what they're feeling and guide them through that journey because they deserve it.
Yeah.
Somebody was there to help me, and I am here to help others who is going through the same pain.
Mm.
Yeah, so I started
Yeah.
like taking my life coaching certifications, and one after the other, I was not happy with whatever I was getting. So I went on like researching, like, I really need to bring in that transformation in a very short period of time. I don't want my clients to wait for a year or like multiple years or something like
Mhm.
that. I really needed something that is solid. If I work with you for just a few sessions, I really, really want to see the change. That is my dream about everyone I work with, right? So that is when I came upon these NLP techniques and the forgiveness work and everything. And I was so fortunate to get an opportunity to learn those. So, yeah, that is my why. And oh, to add on one more thing, when we are like as moms, right? When we really get rid of all that trash that we are carrying on. We don't have to transfer those to our kids. Our kids can grow up
Yeah.
to be the most loving, confident beings that they are meant to be. Otherwise, like all the generational trauma, all the pain, all the nonsense that we are having in our head, we are unknowingly, unconsciously, we are transferring those to our kids. And poor things, they didn't even sign up for that, but they have to grow up with those limiting beliefs or all the generational trauma, and they have to deal with that in their adulthood or like live in the pain. Why even bother doing that, right? If we can like fix here with mom, like if we can get rid of all the pain from her and really transform her life, her kids, what an amazing gift that can be. The reason I'm saying that is me as a daughter, I always think my mom was like an amazing human being, such an amazing soul. But did I really enjoy her love? Not so much because she was like carrying like a lot of pain and baggage herself, and
Sure.
nobody was there to help her get out of that. So all
Yeah.
that pain, like that is what I see, right? I don't see the pure, unconditionally loving person in her. I couldn't see that. And when I became a mom, my the entire thing was I have to be the most loving mom on earth. What did I do? I saw myself like getting annoyed at kids and getting angry at them, not having the time or patience to talk to them. I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. No, I really want to be the loving presence in their life. And when I started doing all these things, everything started shifting.
Mm.
Now my kids don't even see me as their mom. They see me as their best friend. And I'm like, okay, love that. And like they have the confidence to come and tell me everything. They don't have to like do a filter because like nothing triggers me these days bec- because of all the work that we are doing, right? So
Yes.
yeah, this is my big why if I say that.
Yeah, I absolutely appreciate that because we are as healers on this planet, and that's something I know to be true is the healer be healed process.
It's
We all, a lot of healers, in fact, I would probably say 98% of the people that are healers on this planet have gone through their own suffering, their own pain. They were led into the healing practice that helped them heal and started to realize, same story with me. Energy healing was very elusive, but I found a healer and I thought, I need to learn this. I need to understand this. And that
beautiful.
blew my psychic abilities open big time. So the understanding of us moving through this work that we're talking about, I post about this concept all the time about doing inner work,
Mm,
that you are personally responsible for the ancestral trauma that you carried, for the traumas that you've experienced, for the pain and suffering that you're experiencing now. You're personally responsible to resolve that. It's nobody
100%.
else's responsibility.
Very
So
true.
that is where you start to realize, like, first it's taking personal responsibility, then it's researching, how do I deal with this? What do I
Mhm.
do? Are there healers that do this work? Is there someone I can work with? But then the after effects. So I want to talk a little bit about that um, after someone has worked with you. So after the 6 week breakthrough or after the one-off session, what is the maintenance? What is the effort required to
Mm,
continue that inner work? Because it's not like it just stops, right? We're like an onion. Once we
yeah,
peel
it's
open one
peeling.
layer, there's another layer to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you continue to support your clients in that way?
I do reach out to them and like see where they are at, especially after a 6 weeks program. Like, I am much like really confident that like a lot of neurological shifts has already happened. And that is the importance of the homework that we do, right? Either as journaling or like all those work that we do are like within those 6 weeks itself, the neurology is completely transformed. So there is no question about going back to how they were. They cannot do that. Even if they want to, they cannot go back. That's
Sure.
impossible. But the thing is, yes, we dealt with like a lot of issues, but will they have more issues? Definitely, right? So I reach out to them in a like periodic way to see where they are at, and if there are some things, it can be as simple as just like one emotional release session, like for somebody who went through this entire 6 weeks, like maybe many months down the lane, or like a year later or something like that. If they have those emotional things coming up, we can always do just that one-off session just to keep them on track. But the
Yeah,
neurological shift that we did stays solid.
definitely. Yeah. So yeah, I think that it's just really important that people know that like this work is important and it is something that really needs to be done and it really can move you forward.
Mm,
I am
for
definitely a
sure.
testament to that. You can move forward. You can change almost anything. And
Yes. All
that's
our
the beauty of
experiences,
it.
actually, because
Yeah.
our own thoughts and our own perceptions are projected out into the world. So, whatever that we are not liking about our life, whether that is our relationship or our career or anything, any aspect of our life, that is purely a projection of whatever you are perceiving. So, if
Mhm.
we get to the root and change that, the external things have to change, right? There is no other way then.
Exactly. Exactly. So, okay then. Let's see. So, how can people reach you, Anjana?
Okay, you can reach me with my website, anjananambissan.com. And you can also email me at coach@anjananambissan.com. And I will be sharing like a link so you can schedule your initial complimentary session as well. I would love to like talk to you. That is no obligation call, actually. This is like purely free, like initial 30-minute session, just to understand like where you are at, what your dreams are, what is holding you back, and if this work is like really for you, and if we have that like connection, and if I can build that trust with you, because that is most important in this work. So that complimentary session, I'll be sharing that link. Thank you.
Beautiful. Awesome. And just to close, which I know you shared a little inspiration before, is there any other inspiration you'd like to share with our audience?
Hmm. If we are having like any pain is like actually like it has an expansion to it. Pay attention inward now. So if you are holding on to any kind of pain, there is always answer that is lying within you. The power is completely within you. It can be like your thoughts, your beliefs, whatever that you are holding on, that is creating your reality. So if you are ready to change that reality, we always start with your mind. What is going on inside? Just look inside. And if you are ready, when you are ready, I'm here to support you. I really, really want to see you blossom in your life, really live your dreams, and achieve everything that you dream of without any limitations. And you are capable of doing that, and you are worthy of doing that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Wow, I knew it. This is going to be amazing. Yes, an amazing conversation. Absolutely. Thank you, Anjana. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I love this.